In this video, we are going to take a look at how we can use Datastudio with the GLX and two different sensors. In this case, I have a motion sensor, or the position sensor, and the force sensor. So I'm going to drag the position over to the graph display, make it a little bigger, and then pull in the force as well, right below it. Make it scale it up a bit bigger here, and I'm going to simply press on the force sensor and move in front of the position sensor at the same time. So I'll click Start, and you can see that my force sensor is registering, motion sensor is registering. I'll stop. Click on the position graph up here and auto scale it. Click on the force data graph, auto scale that. And as you can see, I can collect both sets of data at once. I can click on the time axis to stretch it out as we've seen before, making sure that the lock button's on. If I don't have the lock button on, you'll see that there's a second axis that appears, and if I drag it, they don't move in tandem. So usually you want to have them move in tandem. I think I lined it back up here. Lock it, and only one time axis appears, and you can take a look at the both graphs at once. As we've seen in the past, what's nice is we can take a look at actual data points. So I can look at the data points on this graph here. Click on the force graph, do the same as well. Look at data points, move it around. Notice how they're locked together. I can click on the slope button here to get slopes of graphs, which is important. I'll do the same thing as well on the position. Click slope. Look at the slope of this graph. As we've seen, areas are important, so I can click on the area tool, maybe select that portion there in that graph, go down to the force graph, and select area, and maybe look at just this section right there for the area. Areas are displayed in the box there along with mins and maxes. Nice to note that for lab reports you can actually export this picture into a file that you can drag into an Excel or Word document for lab purposes. Yes. So that's an option as well. You can save it anywhere you like. If I click on the setup button, as we've seen before, you can change options for both sensors now. Here's a force sensor icon, so I can change whether push is positive or pull is positive or both. I can change the sampling rate. If I click on the motion sensor, I can add velocity and acceleration data. You'll see that change over here. Change the sampling rate as well. Okay, and just as we've seen before, I can click a velocity in and drag it in. Let's drag it in right there. And so there's my velocity data. And again, all axes are locked, so I can take a look at the different things at once. So there's a couple more features when working with two different sensors, and a review of some of the options that you can use to look at and analyze data with the Smart tool, the Slope tool, and the Area tool.